Hi, I'm back again with another pickle pack. This one's for July and it's a under the sea theme. I've got some really nice papers by Bo Bunny and 49 and Market, which I really like. But I'm going to run through the kit and then hopefully the light's okay for everyone. And I'm going to then run through a quick make if we have time. I'm just going to make sure I've got a feed for you so I can see what everyone's saying. My internet can be a bit ropey because the weather is really bad here. Yeah, okay, I've got the feed. So, is this live? Yeah, it's live. Hi. Just checking that we're... yeah, okay, I think we've got it. So, yeah, July's pickle pack. I don't think I've got this right. My internet is amazingly... right, I've got it now. I can't... I'm trying to make sure I can see your comments, but there's a delay on what I see in my phone because I have a setup where my iPad is... there we go. Hi Dawn. I can see everyone now. Okay, right. So we have July's pickle pack again, and it's all about under the sea things. I'm just going to run through what's in the kit and some things I've made, and if there's enough time I'll run through a quick make. So we've got all our scrapbook papers, stickers, gems, all the things that normally come in the kit, but I like to put some different textures in there too. So we've got some of this like Hessian type thing, and we've got some net. It's like a fishing net, which is quite nice. We've also got this sparkly tulle. Is that how you say tulle? I never know if I'm saying these things right. You text them, you don't know if you're pronouncing it properly. I love this sparkly against the Hessian. I think that's really nice. You know, it gives some nice texture to things that we make. We've also got what shall I show you next? I just forgot I hadn't put any of these on the side. So yeah, then we've got some of these chipboard. First one's a mermaid, and we've got something else called whale words. And these are great. They just pop out of there, and you can colour them. You can put ink on them, paint them. They're quite good at absorbing some colours. I'll show you a bit of that later. Actually, I've got some popped out over there. We've also got some gem flourishes. I like to use these a lot. Sometimes don't use the whole thing. I cut them up and use parts of them, so you know that's quite good. We've also got some of these little ceramic tiles by Prima. Is that showing you okay? Yeah. Okay. And we've got some stickers here. Some mini bunting and days of the week. These are good for planners and stuff, and books and things. If you journal, or if you bullet journal or a planner, they're quite nice for those. We've also got some of the Bo Bunny Down by the Sea stickers, and again they've got some tab tops there, some tags and little things, some little sayings. Hope it's not reflecting too much for you. I think we're okay there. Yeah, cool. So on to the papers next, and we've got these the Bow Bunny ones first. This is down by the sea, and it's called Lagoon. Really nice sort of peachy colours. I'm worried that the light isn't giving us the proper colours here, but you know, the weather's awful outside, so I've had to put the big light on, as it were. Again, we've got some mermaids, and on the back of there, this is kind of like a goldy sort of sea anemone type of thing on the back. Then again, in the same collection, we've got a dark blue against a coral there, and again the coral on the back, sort of a kind of almost watercolour effect on that one. This one's one of my favourites, and it's like a gold scale, a fish scale or a mermaid tail, and again that mixes in there with the sort of bluey, purpley watercolour effect on them. Now, these papers are from 49 and Market, which is a new make to me. They're from America, and this one's from the Sea and Sand collection. It's they're really thick papers. They're thicker than any other make I've ever had, I think, and you can really tell the weight in them. I know that, you know, you've got quite a plain side, and I love all the sort of watercolour sea creatures, and look, we found Nemo. I don't know if you can see him, but we found him. So there's a few of these. Again, nice sort of scaly watercolour background on there. Oh, there's another Bow Bunny one that I missed out before. I like the writing. Something I do like, and a bit of script in there. This one's probably my favourite. Love the jellyfish. I am a Finding Nemo fan, so these are squishies. But yeah, one of my favourites. Love the writing in there and on the back of it. It's nice to have like a really patterned side and quite a plain side, you know, it gives you some sort of options there as well. So, as usual, we've got all the papers in the pickle pack, and we've got a bit of fabric because we like to have some texture in there. I've also put some ink in this time, because I like to keep the edges inked on things. I think it gives a bit of depth, which I'll show you if I've got enough time in a moment. I've also put in some little sea tags, which are plain on the back, so you can add them to things. They've got a little hole in there, and you can, Anyway, yeah, some little tags. And the mulberry paper flowers are a selection of these, and these are cherry blossoms in a selection of blue colours. And there's also some of these like rose type ones in white. Now the white ones, well, all of them actually, but it works best with the white. They can be sprayed, inked, painted onto. You know, there's lots of things you can do to them. A bit of that glittery, what are they called? Stickles, something like that. They give a good effect because they've got like a bit of glitter glue on there, so you know that's something else you can do to them, which I'm going to put up there. Then we also have some little bottles, so we can have I don't know if you can see them because it's the light's a bit weird, but yeah, some messages in a bottle maybe, or some fishy things. And I also got some of these little tiny and they are quite small, but they're so cute. They're starfish. Oh, there we go. Starfish and seahorses, and I just love them. They're really cute ones. Cute tiny ones. So they're in there too. We've also got some seashells, which, yes, they're real shells. No, I didn't collect them though. They're nice and clean. They don't smell. And we've also got some little sort of metallic-y starfish, which you can actually buy starfish, but I couldn't bring myself to use like real ones. That's like way too cruel. And then I had some sea glass, and some of them, for some reason, I don't know if you can see them, they've got little hearts in them. That's really cute, I thought. And we've got some micro beads. Now, I'm not going to take the lid out of this because, well, I might. They go everywhere, but it's just like glitter. You use it in the same way as glitter, just, you know, bit of glue and pile it in there. Gives sort of like a chunky glitter effect. And some of these like really gold leaves. Now, I'm hoping that the light's still okay and you can see everything. So, that's those. I've just lost my place. Yeah. So, I'm catching up with the comments there. For some reason, when you do live, I can never see the comments properly. But we're okay. Okay, so I'm just going to show you something I made with this pickle pack and a few other bits and pieces that I had. And hi, Louise. My comments never work properly. I'm going to have to put that down there and go back in it. There we go. So I made this with some of the things out of this month's pickle pack, and basically it's an embroidery hoop that I covered with some, what's it called? I know Patch knows this. What's it called? I've forgotten. I'm sure Patch was going to tell you in the comments any minute now. I don't know what it's called, but I cover it with some material and then I paint over it with various things. First of all, I use some, was it gesso? I guess I use this actually. It's right here next to me, and I use this, and it's only a thin one, but thank you, Louise. I never pronounce it properly, so I paint over it with this first, and then I use various sprays and pastes, and I've used a textured paste which was in last month's kit, and I've also used some of this platinum crackle paste, but because it's on a material, sometimes it doesn't crackle as much as I want, so it has to get on there quite thickly, I think. And then I spray it whilst it's drying with some of these type things. Now you can get them in all sorts of makes. These are quite old, I don't even know if they make them anymore. I've also got some Tattered Angels ones, loads of makes out there, but they're really great. I even just like unscrew the lid and flick it onto the things. So when I'd done all that and it had all dried, I'm just trying to make my comments come back up. Oh, there they are. When all them pastes and sprays and whatever I'm doing is dried, I then stamped some words onto the background, but I mean it's ran a little bit as it's dried, but that's okay. I mean, you know, we're not too precise with the finish that we want here. So after I'd done that, I decided what I wanted to stick on here, and I've got some I thought I'd use a little quote, and what I did was I've made this quote myself and printed it onto some acetate. So that's actually just stuck onto there. But then there's some of the, and you're just using the offcuts of papers to make some little flags and stickers. We have a little mermaid here, which I'm eventually going to stick a little pearl in there as well. Oh, Tracy, have you used the textured paste? Yeah, I really like it. It's like quite rubbery when you do it, but I've really liked using that. So yeah, I've stuck some, and you can see I've got a little bottle, and I've filled it with some of that stickles. Why do we never know what everything's called? It's mad, isn't it? So I filled some of that into there, and it keeps the lid on tight as well. So, and there's some flowers and jewels and letters, and I've got some metallic things there, and there's even a little heart locket on there, and that's the one out of one of the Prima trinkets. Also some crinkly seam binding. So I've got the Hessian under there out of the kit, and some flowers, and it's that easy. I've got a hoop here which I haven't yet covered anything on, so you can see. Yeah, Louise, it's mad. You come on live and you think, I don't know what anything's called what I work with. So as you can see, embroidery hoop with some of this material, whatever it's called. Is it calico? Could be, or linen. You can use any sort of, I wouldn't use anything stretchy. I think it'd make it, you know, ripply. But and then all I do is I glue it all into the back of here. We've got, yeah, well, it's a spatula to me as well, Louise. It is. So, you know, that's how it starts off life. I've just stamped onto there. There's some, this was crackle paste, and it is starting to crackle, but you really need to, if you're using crackle paste, really whack it on there, because it's absolutely, you need a good thick layer. But I like how it shimmers as well, so I'm quite happy with that. So that's going to be made up into another wall art piece shortly. But for today, I think I'm going to show you a little altered notebook, a little tiny one. Ooh, we had 100 views then. Woohoo! So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of plain paper, and we're going to make we're going to cover a little notebook, make something pretty with this month's kit onto it. So you're going to need some double-sided tape and some scissors, I think, and the rest we can work out from the kit. So for anyone who's watched me before, I'm probably repeating myself, but I do like to use double-sided tape a lot. I don't use a lot of wet glue because I'm too impatient, and I want everything to be dry and ready straight away. I don't want to be waiting for things to dry. So I'm just, there you go, I've covered one side. Yeah, I haven't got a Blue Peter badge. I should have one, right? Should have a Blue Peter badge. Is it still on the TV, Blue Peter? I I could go on there as a presenter maybe, just to do like Tracy Island. Anyway, we're making a book. Yeah, glue gets everywhere. It's like oozing out of places it shouldn't be and all sorts. So I'm gonna show you what I do with this. You see, I'm also not fond of measuring anything, even though everyone keeps telling me you should write it down and measure it. I'm okay. Sorry, I just wobbled the table, so the whole thing probably just wobbled on. So don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it to the camera and not to me. There we go. I'll take that off there. I can see people when they join and who they are, and I know that now. My other half is looking in at what I'm doing. Hello. So we've covered the book. There it is. It's all covered and stuck down, and we need to work out which is the top. Don't cover it upside down like I do on a regular basis. So it's all covered, and we're going to just rough the edges up. And all you do to that is take your scissors and drag it down the edges. And that's roughed up the edges there. Now, I'm sure there we go. Sometimes my comments don't scroll up, so just checking them. So we've got one covered book there, and I think with this one we're going to make it a mermaid book. So I'm gonna cut one of these little mermaids out first of all, and to do that I've got this little which one shall we have? We'll have this one in the corner. I've got this little circle. This has a little cutter thing with it that you drag round, but I prefer just to draw around it and cut it out with my scissors. I can never hold the thing down and do it at the same time, so I'm just gonna grab this and grab that. So that's giving me an idea of where to cut. Like I say, I'm not that fond of measuring anything. I'd much prefer to sort of wing it. Is that a technical term? Oh God, here's more people now. Hi Neil. Hi Gareth. So this is going to go on the front of the book. I'm just cutting it out a bit better than that. It's a bit skewy. And now my phone's gone off, so I can't actually see anything at all because it's gone dead. So I'm just roughing these edges up, and it doesn't matter if some of them are like a bit torn or whatever, because that's the that's what we want in there. That's the sort of thing that we want onto there. So then we're going to use maybe one of the peachy coloured ones. Yeah, I think so. So we're going to take this and we're going to use the paper trimmer now, and I'm going to try and get my comments back up because I can't see anything. It's not going to work though, I don't think. We'll have a go. So we're going to get the paper trimmer, and I don't know if we're going to use that mermaid still, but we might do. So I made a little mark in it there, and and line that up. And so I'm going to put that on there, and I think maybe I'm going to round them edges off just like in that one. Don't know why that's not working, it's new. Anyway, might have a square in. That's going to go on there. I think that's okay. So then I'm going to think about what I'm going to do with some of these stickers, and whether I'm sticking my head in the way. That's going to go up there. So yeah, right. What I like to do with these books is take a little bit off here. It's really annoying to have no comments that I can see. So I'm going to try and see the comments now. It won't let me see them. Oh, it has. Right, so for next we need some ink and a dabber. That would help. We need something to put behind that bit. So I like to ink the edges of most of what I make. I like to give it a bit of a distressed look, sort of the vintage kind of thing. And I tend to always use this one. And haha. So I tend to always use this with one of these ink blenders, I think they're called, or dabbers, or whatever they are. Yeah, I use one of them. I'm trying to make sure that I can see your comments, but it's just not working for me. Anyway, so we're going to do that and blend onto the edges, and we're going to get a bit of ribbon, or some of the seam binding, and the whole point of this ink is to blend it, and I'd like to give it more in the corners and bring it out. So that's sort of how we go with that. I also do the same onto here. And I rough these edges up a little bit. Now you can get a tool to do this with. I've got one somewhere, but this does the job. Just don't use scissors that are for embroidery, or sewing, or don't use fabric scissors is what I'm trying to say, because whoever in your house does the sewing will go mad. Them scissors are really blunt and covered in glue and double-sided tape, so they're fine to be roughed up. So that's going to go on there. I'll put my little I think I need some sparklies in that corner as well. So with this tool, which I hope it's called tool, I'm going we're going to stick this on, and I'll show you how to do it. We might need a little bit more, but I'll show you how we go on. Yeah, we're going to need a bit more. So basically Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? We need a little bit more though. And then I'm going to trim it off into the right shape, but first of all I'm going to stick all that down, I think. Yep, stick it down. Again, all double-sided tape. Tool's useless with hot glue anyway. Hot glue just melts it and you end up everywhere. It's a bit messy for normal glue. So that's in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this into the shape that I want, and I'm going to leave it a bit longer at the minute until I get it on the book, and then I can see where I really want to trim it out. Sometimes I cut into it and make it a bit roughed up, but I'm going to maybe have to put a little bit of paper behind it. I'm not sure yet. So can we play this on here? So this is how it goes. I'm going to hunt in my little ribbon drawer, and what colour ribbon shall we have? I'll have some blue ribbon. Just checking here now in case anybody's said hello and I've missed them. Okay, so you can see the comments again just about. So we've got some ribbon as well here from my stash. And I know it's not from the kit, but the kits come in some really sturdy boxes and it always has a bit of ribbon on the top. So you'll find some there. Just peel it off. It's only held on with a little bit of double-sided tape, just so you can pick it off and use it at another time. You know, utilise it in your makes. Because if you buy a few pickle packs, they can be stacked up, and it's just checking which rubber goes. It's better to stack them up with no ribbons on anyway. So that I think is the best way to go. Now we're going to tie this in a knot, in a bow, and we're going to make sure that they're both the same size. Now these scissors are useless for ribbon because they've been all gluey and everything, but they're good for the paper. Okay, so we're going to cut into the tool like this and give it a bit of a scrunch up. Yeah, it's already looking very mermaidish already. I'm going to stick this down. And that goes over there, so that's good. So we've got that on there. And then, I want that on there. I'm not sure about that now, I don't really like it. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you, I'm going to take this out of here. Okay, play the video. Are we still, yeah, we're all okay. I'm going to take this and show you. Can I get it out? Just pop that out there. See, we have a mermaid. I'm such a messy worker. So yeah, we've got a mermaid. So what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to make some little, a bit more depth in the background. I like lots of layers. it's only about using the scraps of paper that you've got, so, you know. I know that these packs are great for scrapbooking, and I know a lot of you scrapbook miles better than I do, which is why I tend to show some altered pieces. It's part of, whoops, nearly dropped it in. It's more part of what I make, and it's to show how versatile the kits are, or the packs. So we're just doing this for a bit of background depth. Looks like a bit of coral there, and our mermaid's going to sit in the middle, and I don't know whether to put that behind there, but it might look a bit lost. So again, these flowers, I'm just going to hook our mermaid on there. Right, so normally I would hot glue all this stuff down, but I can't because I haven't got a plug here for the hot glue. So I'm just going to place them on and show you how you can arrange things. And no, I won't put that in there. How you can arrange things and get them looking pretty pretty good. Maybe not that one. Yeah, so we've got a little mermaid in there, and we've got that. We've used our ribbon from the box and some tulle. And then we've got some little stickers which we can add as some. I'm just trying to see what saying shall we have. Let's have mermaid tails like we were going to. And oh, everything moved then. It's very inconsiderate of us. So that can go on the top of there. Mermaid tails. And then we can have a, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. These are like little tag shapes and things, so, but yeah, so there you go, and we can stick that down. Now, all these chipboard things, I was thinking of putting some of them on. All these chipboard things can be inked, and I was going to show you. Oh, there they are. I was going to show you how well that. These are great for scrapbooking, aren't they? They're like little. Let's get them. I've got a knife here. Okay, excuse the fact that I've got a kitchen knife here and not my craft knife. These just held on sort of like little nicks, so you can, there we go, see, catch the waves, and we can dab them with a bit of ink, change their colour. You can also cover them in embossing powder and emboss them. And they come up really good then. I'm not going to do that now because it's getting a bit late and a bit dark. But yeah, so that's, you know, that's the chipboard things, and you could always paint your mermaid. I'm going to put some little pearls on her and glue all that down, and then we've got a little under the sea book there, which I'm sure you'll see popping up somewhere. So that's this month's pickle pack. There are limited numbers, so once they've gone this time, they have definitely gone. So I know sometimes that I get a bit more stock or find a bit more stock because I put some aside for my makes, but this particular month there's only what's on the site. There is not going to be any more after that at all. So thanks very much for watching, and see you again soon.